Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there.
You're ready. You don't need it to be perfect. And the fact that you put it out not being perfect gives you the feedback that you need to make it better. But you're never going to get that feedback if you don't put an imperfect product out. Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of The Bliss Project, 3-time fitness world champion, fitness expert, and cover model turned self-love junkie, lifestyle entrepreneur, and author. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a thought that will help you bust through your fears, connect to your soul, and get focused and clear so you can elevate your life, business, and relationships. We don't wait until we're ready for someone to tell us we're good enough. We take what we want and we anoint ourselves. Get ready to earn, own, and unapologetically rock your happiness every single day. Are you with me? Here we go. Welcome back to the Earn Your Happy podcast. And it's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And at this time, I am about 2 days out from the Bliss Project. By the time you hear this, it will have already happened. It will have been amazing. It will have been life-changing for myself and everyone involved. And that's what I'm manifesting because that is the space and the prayer and the belief that I am holding right now. And for all of you who do things like this and events, that's the exact space and thought process that you need to hold for yourself and for your events and for whatever you have coming up. But what I want to chat with you about today is about the space in between where you are right now and where you want to go, and the space in between the decision point and the actual action point, because it's very different to think about what you want and to start even planning what you want, and then to actually make it a habit. And so many people who do have habits even can find that they spend so much time in negotiation land that they actually don't love their life or the habits that they have. And what do I mean by that? Okay. So I've had a few different points during today and yesterday and the day before that, where I have noticed that I've been letting myself argue with myself a little bit longer than I normally do, doing things like, oh God, I have to go and do this thing, but first I'm just going to go allow this distraction. And it actually causes me more pain to go procrastinate even longer than to get the things done that I know I have to do. And in my life, I'm typically pretty good about this, except when big projects come up, I find that my old default response of shutting down when I get overwhelmed comes in. So I don't shut completely down because obviously nothing would happen. But what happens is I do shut down momentarily, and I notice that I start negotiating with myself and, oh, I could do this tomorrow, or if I do this, I could do this later on, or I can just, oh, this doesn't really matter. Maybe I won't do this as much, or maybe I'll skip that and it doesn't matter. Okay, well, it does matter. And what I'm finding is that I'm having to be hyper aware of when I'm doing this. And when I have something that needs to get done, I need to not negotiate or leave that window cracked. I need to just say, I'm doing this now, and go and do it now, because that time in between where I want to go is not only giving me and causing me suffering, but it's truly wasting time. And there's no time for it in a lot of our lives, especially if you have goals and places to go. So we have to start getting to the place where we are not negotiating with ourselves with certain things. So for some of you, this is going to happen a lot if you're adding a lot of new things into your life, or a lot of new goals, or maybe you're in a really busy season. So of course, this is going to be new territory to navigate. But the quicker that you can minimize and compress the negotiating period in your mind and make it a non-negotiable. Like, nope, I'm going to the next thing. Nope, I'm going to the next thing. Because if I can compress this amount of time, then I can allow myself this time in the evening. And something that I've done for myself is, okay, if I can get these next 2 tasks done, I can go for a quick walk and reset, because I know that my energy really only lasts for like 90 minutes. So I can go and reset and get outside and come back and do 2 more tasks. And within that time, that would have been the time that I would have negotiated with myself, maybe looked at my phone, walked around the house, done something that doesn't matter, that's not needle moving. This is what we have to start looking at. We need to start applying the 80-20 rule, especially when we are pressed. But if you have any new goals, or if you have something coming up, or you are in a busy season, what you want to look at is the 80-20 rule. 80% of results should come from 20% of your actions. So sometimes you're going to look around and be like, oh, I could go do this thing over here. And yes, it matters, but you're not going to get 80% of your results from that action. You might just get 10% of a result from this thing that you're doing that's taking up a ton of time. So what you want to start doing is really eliminating the things that don't get you 80% of results from 20% of the time that you are spending. So could that be done by an assistant? Could that be done by somebody on TaskRabbit, which is just, somewhere that you can hire out for different tasks? Could that be done by someone on Upwork? Could you hire that out for someone online? And really seeing where you're spending all of that time that's not an actual needle moving action for you. Yes, it's getting something done, but in the grand scheme, it's not a big mover. It's just more of something that has to be handled and managed, but it's not going to move you forward. It might keep you semi the same. So really looking at those things and saying, okay, am I practicing the 80-20 rule? Because the reason the 80-20 rule is also so important is because you want to make sure that you are using your energy on things that are going to move you forward. Because if every day you just wake up and you default to the things that are kind of there and that you need to get done, you're never going to move forward, because you're going to use all of your energy on that instead of to create or to really push your business or life or your goals or your health goals forward. So number one, the thing that you have to do in order to really stop fighting with yourself and just take action and figure out what those actions are is to stop needing it to be perfect. So many of us feel like, oh, I'll just do some more research on this. I'll just get another certification. Okay, well, I can't do that yet or I can't submit this yet because it's not perfect. I can't put this post out. I can't put this course out. I can't do that event. I can't do this talk. I need longer. I need to work with a coach. I need to work with another coach. I'm pretty sure that I need to go and take this, course on how to put on events or whatever that looks like. And maybe you do. But for those of you who know that the question is, I'm not ready yet. I don't feel ready. When am I going to feel ready? I'm just going to help you out right now and tell you you're ready and you don't want to do it. So you're ready. You don't need it to be perfect. And the fact that you put it out not being perfect gives you the feedback that you need to make it better. But you're never going to get that feedback if you don't put an imperfect product out. And that is called growth. And that is called, being a human. Is putting it out when it's not perfect and understanding there will be some stings when you hear something that you don't like about it or something that someone doesn't like about it, but that's going to make it better. And that is called life. And that is a part of business. And the more that we can remove emotion and the emotional charge from that, the more we can just see it as feedback. Do we want to take the feedback? Was it worthwhile feedback? Is it something you're actually going to use to make yourself better? Or can you say that was emotionally charged on their end? It has nothing to do with me. That's not feedback that I'm going to use. Thank you very much. Obviously, you don't have to say that to them. You can just not use it. So, number 2, you need to instill a few discipline habits that really help hold all of the other ones up. So for me, I'm really observing that if I don't eat well and sleep and exercise while I am in my intense season, that I crumble. I literally fall to pieces. My health, like my anxiety goes through the roof if I'm not eating well, like if I'm having a lot of chocolate or if I'm having a lot of caffeine. And when I say chocolate, I mean like really just anything sugary. Starting to eat bad food that makes my anxiety even worse. Or I'm not sleeping and then my anxiety now compounds with not sleeping and the anxiety gets twice as bad. And if I'm not moving, that also makes me feel super frantic. So no matter how busy I am, you will always see that I make time to move. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been a day or two where if I'm in a busy season, I'm like, okay, maybe I cannot get out. But even then, I still try to move in some way. I try to jump around the house or whatever that looks like and take care of myself with water and as healthy food as possible, literally at least 70% healthy food, because even if I'm seeking comfort food, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm getting in some good stuff too. Because if I do not do that, then I don't have any energy to uphold the things that I want to do and take the actions that I want to take. And what happens when I'm not taking care or when I'm not instilling those disciplines, discipline is a self-love practice, truly. Like having a few disciplines that just make your life so much better is truly a self-love practice. When I don't or when I'm not eating well, when I'm not sleeping, you better believe that argument in my head of what I'm going to be doing, like there isn't even an argument. It's like that lower self is winning. It's like, I don't care. Who cares? Like I have no willpower and I'm not going to take action. And it's almost like I start to sabotage that's not almost like I start to sabotage myself. So in order to get rid of that place where we quit negotiating with ourselves over and over, I really think that releasing needing to be perfect is something that's going to free you, along with instilling a few discipline habits and really looking at where your energy is spent with that 80-20 rule. And just when you hear that conversation coming into your head, oh, I could do this later, I could do that, know that time spent in between is actually more challenging and actually more painful than taking the action, because you're going to spend so much time in that back and forth. And ultimately, you may not win that argument where in your head hits the pillow and you feel completely unhappy with how your day went. And the thing that really makes a beautiful, fulfilling day is when you can take the action that you want to take and you make yourself proud and you've used it in service to other people. If you want to truly lead a fulfilling life, those are the things that you'll be doing every day. And if you spend your day arguing with, should I go to the gym? I don't want to eat the salad. I really want that big ass hoagie because I'm so stressed out. I didn't sleep last night. And you keep arguing and you haven't set up your non-negotiables and you haven't taken care of yourself, that is no way to live, is in the argument with yourself every single day. You may not be fighting with someone else, but if you're fighting with yourself, you are in a constant state of stress. You're in a constant state of anxiety, of staying the same. You can't be in that place. So just no, break the habit. That's literally what I do. If I want to change my state, I'm like, no, I'm going for a walk. I'm just going to go for a walk until this feeling starts to subside. And I promise you, start using your lunch break for a walk, start using breaks to move around, use your mornings for a walk as much as you can. And really, I mean, I'm just going to call everybody out. We have no excuse. I know people who have so many children who walk early in the morning, who get up at 4:00 in the morning, or who get up at 3:30 in the morning. Like, make it a non-negotiable. Maybe start with new habits. I'm not saying wake up at 3:30 right now. I'm saying to start instilling habits that love you back, or you're stuck in that place of arguing with yourself for the rest of your life. And you are here to be amazing. You are here to truly use the gifts that you've been given. And some of you don't even know what those are yet because you haven't instilled those self-love, self-discipline habits. And I'm telling you, if you don't know them yet, it may be that you just need to start supporting yourself and taking care of yourself and start putting those habits in that are going to really support all of the other decisions and choices that you need to make in your life. So how can we cut down that argument time in our minds, whether it's to stop worrying about being perfect, or whether it's just to like literally catch yourself in the action and take action, whether it's to start getting on a schedule and knowing that you can really only handle doing 1 or 2 tasks before you need to give yourself a little movement break. Whatever it is, becoming hyper aware of when you burn out and when you can get things done. And just know we're all human. We can literally only do so much in a day. So when you start to burn out, you might need to say, okay, so I know that I'm really good from 12 to 3. And beyond that, I'm just a big pile of whatever. And making sure you get everything done from 12 to 3 and knowing that anything else is a bonus and releasing it instead of living in the argument later. I'm telling you, you want to lower cortisol and probably lose some weight? Stop living in the argument. Lose a lot of stress, lose a lot of anxiety, and possibly even get, lose some weight or get so much healthier. If we live in that place of keeping our cortisol way up, I'm telling you, it's crazy. All right, you guys, I'm sending you so much love. I am going to spend tomorrow just getting in a beautiful, beautiful state, getting ready for all of these amazing women who are coming and taking action and teaching them this, and really just knowing that we are all in this together and that we also need each other. So reach out to someone if you're lonely. That's the first sign that you need somebody, that you need to talk to somebody, that you just need to connect. Sometimes if we keep procrastinating or we're not getting things done, it's probably because we need somebody to talk to. So I'm sending you guys so much love today, and I'm just beyond grateful. Like, I just take moments on my walk sometimes where I just picture all of you, and I'm just so grateful because I feel connected to all of you. So until next time, everyone, earn your happy. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me on the Earn Your Happy podcast. I am so glad that you stopped by. If you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would love it, that would be absolutely amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Also, please leave us a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving us an honest thought, an honest comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear more of. It would really help us out on our journey to helping thousands and thousands of people. Until then, don't forget to earn your happy. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. And I want to make sure that you have my phone number, and I'm not kidding. Did you know that I have a community text number? For real. My phone number is 310-496-8363. This goes directly to my phone. All you have to do is text the word daily to 310-496-8363. And I literally text you every single day, Monday through Friday. I actually just got done 30 seconds ago texting a bunch of people back, and I talk to you all of the time. You guys, people always ask me how I got my community text number and how it works. Well, all you have to do is you can just go to community.com and get your own. Community makes it easy to get a phone number that you can use to build your audience using text. People just text you at your number and they're added to your group. Then you can text them out audios, video links, anything you want. You guys, I text out happy birthday videos. I love to send podcast links, thoughts about life, book recommendations, different events that I'm doing in the local area. Texting gets me out of the noise of social media and directly into your hand. And now you can start texting your people too. Just go to community.com to get your phone number. They give you a 10-digit real phone number, not those weird short codes that look like spam, but it's more than a phone number. Your new number comes with an inbox for SMS and texting. This means you can actually manage your text list from your computer and an app on your phone. You can schedule text to send at certain times and to certain groups. You can even set up auto replies or let your assistant or customer service team answer your text messages via Community's awesome dashboard. Just go to community.com and ask for a free demo. They'll show you how it works and get you your number. It's time to start texting your audience versus just posting on social media. Everyone uses Community for that. So go check them out at community.com. I can tell you it's not just great for communicating with my audience, but Chris and I use Community and our texts to also sell out our launches. I'm telling you, you get such an incredible response because you really are creating a true, deep sense of community. And it's so intimate. It's freaking amazing. Go check it out at community.com.
Hey all, I'm so excited to share with you, Earn Your Happy is now part of Growth Day Podcast Network. A bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and support shows and brands that we truly believe in. And one of my friends is also on the network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to his show. You guys, Trent Shelton has the most incredible podcast. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, and it's going to remind you that you are built for this. I have heard Trent speak in person multiple times. I've listened to his podcast a ton. He's coming on the show, and I literally cannot wait because this man just spits straight fire. It is like truth that goes to your core and makes you take action right away. If you want one of those podcasts that when you're just out on a walk, you can't help but want to start running and run through a wall in your life, this is the show to go listen to. So you guys, make sure that you go subscribe to the show, Straight Up with Trent Shelton. You're going to love it. Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently, and most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori.